night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga. But we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it. And they using niggas songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, then get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well, it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well, then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater, her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a marker and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Let some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Don't let him rock you to sleep, true colors better believe him. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, this hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a root. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth of Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wookie-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back, we ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God. That wookie-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking that wookie-woo, something. Nigga cock back and aim and leave you bleeding where you running, swear to God, nigga.
What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're Trappers Type at TNN Trap News Network. Back in the thing, like cracking the thing here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news reviews. It's that good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though, big dog. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the get subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Like, comment, subscribe. We've been jumping to this content, man. Some good news reviews, some good knowledge. You ain't finna get nobody's college. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the get subscribe button for everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's late, man. Y'all know the deal. You trying to be a part of the Rich Rapper Mafia, TRAP, NETWORX. But let's get into Blue Devil speaking on Lush being a fake Southsider. You got a real Southsider speaking on a fake Southsider. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Black people are a prop. You when it's convenient, I'm down with the black. But with the Southsiders, you are so very consistent, bro. Don't think we not noticing that.
We got Lil Brazy. He was talking about scrapas. And he dropped the word in front of Lush Uno, a.k.a. the Clemson Street God. And he did not do anything. Don't forget, he claims to be a Southsider. He dropped Huilas for green lights. He talks in Spanish. What else can I possibly say?
How the Scraps and Nortes are supposed to be beefing.
Oh, so you don't them either?
Who?
The Southsiders.
No, I fuck with essays. I can't lie. I fuck with LA essays.
But they don't really like being called Scraps, right? Like even Lush looks like he's about to jump out of his chair, right?
Yeah,
no?
that's not.
Okay, sorry. So like in my city,
that's not.
Okay, sorry. So like in my city,
the Southside Demon, a.k.a. the Clemson Street God, is not telling the youngster, hey, my boy, tone it down. You in L.A. and you're talking about a big gang that's probably outside the building. See, it's two different things, homie. It's one thing to ignore it and act like you didn't hear it, and another thing is to at least correct the little homie. Check it out, dog. We know you. We know. Come on, dog. Come on. Like, keep it respectful, bro. I don't expect Lush to beat up that kid. I don't expect him to spank him or like most hardcore Sureños would be like, fool, if that was me, I would have pulled out the AK and everybody, I would have aired it out and scared everybody. Or whatever the fuck they say. I don't expect that. But you should have at least contested it. I mean, like, hey, fool, relax, little homie.
All right.
For you, Lush, black people are.
So you know what? Blue Devil gave us a little bit. Brandon started off with saying how Lush basically cosplays as a black person at his convenience, and as when black people are around, he's cool with that. But when Mexicans come around, he's always blah, blah, blah. So he's leaning more towards being, more influenced and more affected by Mexican culture, or maybe more cosplaying with the Mexican culture than the blacks. He's using the blacks more so as a colonial step up in his podcast and space or whatever. But it's ultimately disrespectful to the Mexicans and the blacks. But Blue Devil has what he had to say. But let's kind of get more into what Blue Devil has to say.
All right, got Little Brazy over here. He from Utah. He a Crip. All right. You got Adam 22, a civilian from Philadelphia. No, New Hampshire. New Hampshire. You got West LA native, Southsider, Lush Uno, and then you got the car salesman over here. Crazy lineup. Crazy lineup. Let's press play.
Infamous,
Same thing
long-lasting beefs are kind of like that, where
Yeah.
people can barely even like explain how it began.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ogden Bloods versus Nortes is damn near like the 8 trays versus the 6 O's.
You actually know that?
No.
No.
It's more like how the Scraps and Nortes are supposed to be beefing.
Oh, so you don't them either?
Who?
The Southsiders.
No, I fuck with essays. I can't lie. I fuck with LA essays.
But they don't really like being called
The
scraps,
essays-
right? Like even Lush looks like he's about to jump out of his chair, right?
Yeah,
No?
that's not a, that's
Okay,
like,
sorry.
Yeah,
So like
I
in
don't
my
think you meant
city,
it bad, but
in
yeah.
my city, 18th Street is the south side of my city.
Okay.
Those are the Serenios. But back in my city, they're weirdos. Like they don't follow code. They put snitches on. They put hood hoppers on. They condone faggot. They just do a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? Like I literally got pictures of their big homies kissing their other big homie.
Oh, hell no. No Birdman.
Mondo little faggot ass. But like, so it's just like, I've linked up with Lefty Gunplay out here. I've linked up with hella essays out here. Like, so I'm with like the LA essays. They got morals. They know what they're doing. They actually politic right. I'm not with no little ass boys who think they gangbang. You know what I mean? Like, cause like in my city, you got to know what you're doing. And like the 18 streeters out there, they just don't know what they're doing. I've met a couple 18s out here too that were kind of cool. They're like,
Wow.
Now, to start off with Blue Devil, he is a blood. Don't put that on the Crips. That little nigga's a blood. So that's that. Also, for Lush to sit there and allow that type of disrespect to be said about a Sureño hood is barnaculias. Because as Blue Devil said, and I get why he's saying it, because Blue Devil's making a point. Lush is supposed to be this super Southsider. Lush is supposed to be with the business. Lush is supposed to be with the function. He's supposed to be with this woo bam 1-2-7 like Sierra. What's going on, player? What is going on, player? The disrespect is crazy, and the fact that Lush is allowing the disrespect to fly, ugly work.
Watch that far. I only watched like 10 seconds in. Man, this is a wild boy. This is a wild boy. Okay, let me say one thing real quick. Let me say one thing. Only one thing I can relate to. Gangs outside of where they're from tend to do act funny, okay? Not saying all of them. I'm not saying it's normal. I'm just saying sometimes when you got gangs that are far away from the actual structure, they tend to make up their own rules, okay? Because they're so far away. I've said this before. I used to live in a small town close to the border, and in the jails, they ran the politics how they wanted to run it because everybody in that jail was from that city. So who you gonna complain to? So me being an outsider, when I would go to those jails, it was everybody versus me. And who you gonna run to? Who you gonna run to? The main head? That fool from that city. Who you gonna run to? Time to get them up. Every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, but I'm not saying always. This fool said that they allow rainbows, they allow rats, they allow lames into the set. Look, I don't know. I don't want to even talk about that. But it's wild that this youngster is having that convo with not only a civilian like Adam, but the Southside Demon, aka the Clemson Street God, is not telling the youngster, hey, my boy, tone it down. You in LA, and you're talking about a big gang that's probably outside the building. Because 18th Street got clicks everywhere. Allegedly. But that youngster said, I ain't dealing with no little boys that don't know how to politic. My boy, have you looked in the mirror today? He might be 10 out here, but in here, he might be 35. Let's continue, dog. This is getting wicked.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. When he said, "What are you, black? What are you, white?" You should have said that white part first, bro. You should have said, "What are you, white? What are you, black?" It would sound better. Yeah. Let's get back to the content. Let's get back to the content. So my question is, what's the discipline for Lush? Okay, he did wrong, and then what happens? And then, hey, that whole blunt from the black man thing, we heard that, Blue Devil. Don't sound so disgusted that your man ate a blunt from the black man. Would have been less disgusting if he ate a blunt from a Mexican man? Either way it goes, Compa looks dumb as hell eating that blunt. That's what you're talking about, Compa. With that all being said, man, my question is, what is the consequence? Okay, he did it, so now what? What happens? He made that outside look crazy. He disrespected his people. He was allowed to disrespect. What's the consequence? What happens? Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest, man. We're going to tune in to find out. Free Avenue Agent Tweets free. We go.